Hey, what's happening everybody? I'm Mark Drifter, welcome to my channel, and it looks like yours truly's finally got some content that may just pass some sort of copyright check. It may just make it, oh yeah, that's right, we got some content here that might just be monetizable if I play my cards right. So let's do this. I just gotta try not to say anything too jarring in the first, minute, right? We're almost there. Anyway. So this time I'm coming at you with a tier list video, and it's of a topic that I'm pretty passionate about. Chips. I'm also passionate about Trailer Park Boys. So today I'm bringing you a Trailer Park tier list video that's gonna blow your socks off. Boys? I won't do that again. Anyway, check this out. That's right folks, if you can't see it, I used editing magic to conjure up some Trailer Park Boys chips, and now my cat's going for them. And those are mine. Whatever. Anyways, I'm gonna rank these chips on a tier list from S tier to F tier, and here's how it's gonna work out. We're gonna try each of these flavors one by one. I'm gonna try these flavors out, give them a chance, and we're gonna rank them on the tier list. Here we go. So I've made up the tier lists, and we are good to go. And before anybody asks, yes, I am adequately zooted. Anyways, I've split it up into 5 tiers. Let's break it down from the top. We've got the S tier. The liquor's calling the shots now. Honestly, I don't even need to say much more. This is going to be the best of the best. This is going to be the one that blows my mind. This tier might be incredibly barren. There might not be any of the chips that hit this tier for all I know. And same thing goes with the F tier, which we'll bring up later. But let's get to the A tier, which is 2 birds stoned at once. That's when all goes according to plan. Am I right? B tier, we got not the green bastard, but still good. C tier, a couple smokes and a dart buddy, just the bare minimum. It kind of just floats by. D tier, a shit blizzard's coming, so yeah, not good. We're not liking this. And then F tier, worst case Ontario. This is the bottom of the line, worst of the worst. And without further ado, let's get started, shall we? Boys, can we try some chips? Got some of the boys. I got some chips. Here we go. I'm actually really excited for this. My cat's hella interested. You can't see her. She's off to the side here. But we're starting it off with the wavy plain. I figured we'd go basic here on the first go. And I'm not expecting much. I'm not a big regular salted potato chip eater, I'll be honest. If I have them, they're decent, but they're never anything to write home about. So anyways, first thing I'll say is we got the bag design here. It's a wavy plain. Very cute designs that they chose for the artwork. And this is the light blue bag. I like the color. They got 12 different flavors in total, just a heads up, and they're all going to be quite different. Now, these ones are actually wavy chips. As far as I know, the rest of them aren't like this, or at least the ones I've seen aren't like this. Anyway, here we go. Served by surprise. It's just a basic potato chip. I'm not really a fan of these. In fact, I actively avoid original chips in any capacity. I don't hate them, but I don't like them, and I won't go for them. So I'm gonna throw the wavy plain chips into D tier, and that's just a personal preference for me because I'm not a fan of regular potato chips myself. So that's just for me. Obviously, this is a subjective tier list, so I'm imagining everybody's gonna have a different opinion. If you've tried these flavors, please let me know down below. If you think, honestly, if you hate my opinion, tell me about it too. I don't even care. It's an opinion at the end of the day, so I'm not gonna be offended if you don't like it. But let's move on to the next flavor, which is chicken. They're called chicken chips. And on the cover, we got a Boyd. Look, it's a Boyd. Tastes like me roasted with spices. Buck chicken chips. No, I see what they're going for here. It tastes like chicken. It does a good job of that. It actually kind of reminds me of a chicken noodle soup, though. I'm gonna be honest. The way it tastes. It's good. I'm gonna have another one. Here's the thing too. Like, I'm a big fan of chips. It's pretty hard to mess it up for me. I just like all chips. So I don't even know if any of them are gonna go lower than D tier. I'm really trying to take in that flavor. They're boring though. Having more than one, I don't know what I'm getting out of this now. I don't know. I don't think I'd go for these again. Honestly, I'm gonna put them along the same lines as D tier. They're not great. Oh, the pickly wickly. You know what? Dill pickle chips are among my favorites of all chips, so I'm looking forward to these. See how these are. On the cover, we have, it says, it's swimming with pickles. And it's literally a pickle. I'm guessing in a pickle jar. Oh, I'm still trying to recover from those chicken chips. They're really salty. You get right off the hop, you get a nice smell of dill pickle. I'm a big fan of dill pickle, so when I get that smell, it's like, oh, it's gonna be good. Okay. I'm not disliking it because it is dill pickle, but the flavor seems a bit muted. Like, that one I had a ton of flavor on it, I could tell. Still didn't really like. It doesn't really zest. You know what I mean? It doesn't have the kick of a dill pickle chip, if you know what I mean. It's not supposed to be spicy or anything like that, but they're like pungent, you know what I mean, like a salt and vinegar chip in a way. They're just really strong usually, but these are very toned down. This is a very, I'd call it chill pickle, honestly, because it's just so mellowed out. If you find when you eat dill pickle chips that it's too tangy for you, honestly, I could see you liking these. Whoever's watching this that has that issue with dill pickle chips, I recommend these. For me though, flavor's good, but there's not enough of it. It feels like it's not strong enough. So for me, I'm honestly like, I would eat these again. They're not bad. I'm just gonna put them on the C tier because as far as dill pickle chips go, I've had way better, and it just doesn't blow me away. We've got more chips to go. Now I feel like a lot of people, I'm not sure if it's like this in the States or not, for those that are in the United States watching. I know I have a decent amount of followers from the United States, and I know y'all down there aren't familiar with ketchup chips, but we got some of these here from Trailer Park Boys. Obviously, gotta get a Canadian staple in there. And I'm thinking, isn't dill pickle, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but is dill pickle a flavor you guys have a lot of down there too? Or is that more of a Canadian thing too? I might be mistaken, but I know for sure the ketchup chips are like a commodity at least. And we're gonna try these out, so let's give this a go. Oh, first of all, the artwork says, woohoo, ketchup bath. I love the artwork, it's cute. Note, it says fries and ketchup, but ketchup chips. It already is a potato chip, you know what I mean? Like, what do you mean fries? That's really good. It's not too overpowering either, which ketchup chips can really get to that point really quickly. Now this one right here has a lot of flavor on it, as you can see. Let's see how it fares against my tongue. I guess it's just how my tongue fares against it. Anyway, that's good. That's definitely the best one we've had so far. This is probably an A tier, honestly. That's good. I would eat these. I would eat this whole bag right now. This is great. So, throw the ketchup chips at A tier. Good job, guys. The Canadian, I mean, the funny thing about this Trailer Park Boys being Canadian and stuff is this actually is made in the States. I looked up. It's a product of the USA, says right there. But anyway, they nailed the ketchup flavor. So, props to them. Okay, so next up we have Dressed All Over. A take on All Dressed, obviously. It says it's all dressed up. I love all dressed chips, so this should be an experience for me. Let's see how it goes. All right. That was good. All dressed flavor, mind you, for me, always top tier. So it's gonna be a matter of is this an S tier or not for me? Dang. Running for a third. This is a big one, so this will put it to the test because the big ones struggle to have the flavor maintained throughout, and if it has little flavor, I find that's what makes a better chip than most. Is if you don't need a ton of flavor for the chip to be good. But if it's just a little bit of flavor that carries it, then it doesn't need to be completely coated and dusted. We'll see how this goes. That is a solid bag of chips right there. I'm throwing that one in the S tier. You know, alternative so far. I might change my mind at the end, so keep that in mind. But for now, I'm pretty solid on what we have. And let's get to the next one. So we're approaching the halfway point here with the 6th bag. Now this one's called Sunnyvale Jail Spice, and it's the first flavor that you go in with like curiosity because you don't know what it is. Like, it's just spice? Like, what is that supposed to mean? On the front of it, it says chips taste really good in jail, and it's a picture of a potato chip dressed in a prison outfit in jail. So that really doesn't help us figure out what the flavor is of this either. It could be spicy, which, you know, I'm not opposed to that. Let's try it out. Here we go. I think that's a mulligan. That one didn't have much flavor on it, so that's not good, but let's try this one. Woo! Hey, kick on that one. A little bit. I'm not a big spice fiend or anything like that. I can handle some light spice on food. You You know, I'm not one to shy away from jalapenos, or I can I'll go up to habanero even, but anything past that, and I'm like, all right, this is too far. Anyway, this is good. It's a bit spicy. I like that. I feel like I've yet to get hit with one that has like a flavor on it though. So that's gotta be a detriment, right? Yeah, that's really tasty. I like that a lot. I wouldn't say it's like the best one, but dang, I'd go back into this bag. Like, definitely want to eat more of these. Like, I'd see myself buying a bag of these again. These are really good. Oh yeah, I'm going to rank them. I'm gonna put them A tier because they're definitely a solid bag of chips. I'd go back to them and I'd have another bag. Let's move on to the next one. The Dirty Burger. All right, so we got the Dirty Burger. It says turned into a cheeseburger, and it's a dude potato chip cheeseburger. Let's see how this goes. That's a powerful flavor. Not huge on it though so far. It kind of tastes like a burger, I guess. I wouldn't rank this high though. I don't really like them that much. I wouldn't buy these again, to be honest. But they are a more entertaining and creative chip than the ones we have on D tier, and I don't think these are bad or anything. I don't know. I think I'm gonna move dill pickle up to B tier, and we're gonna put Dirty Burger to C tier. Yeah, no, I felt like the dill pickle chips were better than the Dirty Burger chips, so I had to move them up to B tier for that one. But we're on to the next one, and that is the jalapeno and zesty mordant. These covered my hot spicy body in cheese. Anyway, that's the image. It's really cute. And yeah, that's how it's pronounced, jalapeno. I'm not one to typically go for jalapeno chips though. Like, I will eat things with jalapenos in it, don't get me wrong. But I usually don't like go for jalapeno chips. I tend to like things that are like a sweet spicy usually. Let's see, this is a weird shaped chip. Those are good. Yeah. Solid. It really nails that flavor. Pretty deep. Okay. Okay. I'm thinking that's B tier, at least. I'm not gonna put it on A tier with the other two, because the other two, like, I'd actively seek out more than these two. But when you put these two in my hands, I'm gonna be like, all right, cool. I got a decent bag of chips in my hands. Versus if you put like Dirty Burger in my hands, I'm gonna be like, all right, you know, guess I'll eat these. And these two, I'm gonna be like, okay. Actually surprised the chicken chips weren't, you know, anything more flavorful. Last of the potato chips with the Sam Squanch Ranch. I've actually saved this for last because I think it's gonna be my favorite one. Honestly, ranch flavored chips are usually dope to me. I'm a big ranch fiend. That's like my dressing on anything. Like, you'll be putting ranch on things that most people won't put ranch on, like a lot of potatoes. Anyway, so this is gonna be good. Okay, the dusting is like got red in it. Okay, this one's pretty packed with flavor. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah, these hit. These are really good. These are based. Yeah. It's got like a little bit of heat to it. Oh, I forgot to show you guys the image on the front. It says, "Me love chips," and it says Moot, I think. And it's Ranch Ricky. Anyway, this is fire. I like this a lot. It's a spicy ranch. Like, how many spicy ranches are out there? This is like a unique flavor. This one's gonna be good. I like these ones a lot. Predisposed to ranch, I guess. I'm just programmed to love it. All right, so now let's rank this bad boy. First of all, I think this is also an S tier. So I've got two S tiers, all dressed in the ranch. They're both really good. Absolutely belong up there. We're gonna go on to the last three, which are hickory stick style, like the little sticks. So they're definitely gonna be different from these ones, but I just had to throw them in there anyway. Here we go. Okay, so they're called Julian's potato sticks. Cheesy dill flavor. Okay, hey, dill? They got two different dill flavors. I'm not opposed to that at all. It says more pickle dust, more cheese, and it's them putting them in a pot, it looks like, and cooking it. So let's try this. I got a nice little handful there, and I got a lot more potato flavor than anything. It's just generic chip flavor, you know? Oh my god, I dropped them. They're like little french fries. Oh. Wow. Yeah, you know what? There ain't a lot of flavor in this puppy. I think we got to more of the middle of the bag now. Okay, well, there's one thing I will say. It does need more pickle dust or whatever, as the front of the bag suggests. It doesn't seem to be super well flavored. I'm not really getting a lot of that in my bites. It tastes a lot more potato than the flavor. They're not like horrid or anything like that, but they're not gonna get a good rating from me. I'm probably just gonna give them a C tier because I don't think they're bad, nor would like actively of them, but they're not blowing my mind in any way. I'm gonna try another bite. I don't know, just as far as hickory stick alternatives, I don't know if I go for it, you know? I'll leave it at C tier. I'm not thinking it's like quite deserving of the D tier yet, but yeah. Next is Julian's potato sticks, fries, and gravy. And, well, I'm not too excited about this one, you know? Like, I prefer my gravy hot. It says here on the front, your brains are fried. Yay, hot tub party. And then it's gravy spelled Grayvee. As you can see. Alright. Okay, you know, the gravy flavor is starting to come through here. I will say one thing. This manages to hold the flavor better than the other ones, better than the dill pickle ones. But it's not worthy of going any higher than where the dill pickle ones are. But the dill pickle, I mean the sticks. So we're gonna throw this alongside that one because while it doesn't blow my mind in any sense, it does have some like flavor of gravy that I like. It's not bad. So it's gonna go in the not bad category. Last one, I saved this one for last because this one was it's got a story behind it. This is the Julian's potato sticks barbecue flavor. Had a hell of a time finding this in my town. There's only one store that sold these things. Actually, sorry, there's at least two that I was able to find. One was a like a singular store, and the other one was like a chain that had two stores in town. So, anyways, I go to the main one where I found the chips initially is the main store that I said. So I go there and I'm able to find every flavor but this one. This one's elusive. I can't seem to find it anywhere, so I'm looking around. I try that store a few times, and then I go and try the other two stores I mentioned, the chain store that was like a bulk store that sells them. So anyway, a bulk zone maybe. But anyway, I went to that and checked them out, and they only had a limited selection of flavors there too. So out of luck, couldn't find any, and I was like, damn, I'm gonna have to pack it in and order some on a website. And so I did that. Ordered one, and it came a week later. But the funny part is the day I ordered it was like literally the next day after. I told my friend about this beforehand, and they had messaged me that day. And said, I went to the store and found the ones you were looking for. And I'm like, you're shitting me. I just spent like, because it's like $15 for shipping. I had to like get some other items to offset the cost and make myself feel better. But to pay that much for this bag of chips, it better be fucking good. That's all I gotta say. They look to have flavor on them. Okay. Best of the sticks by far. This one is good. Like a smoky, this is a barbecue flavor. It's good. They nailed it. Yeah. If I were to fuck around with any of the potato sticks, at this point, if I'm feeling potato sticks, it's probably going to be this, because these are pretty decent. They're definitely not like the craziest barbecue chips I've ever had, like, or sticks. Like, anyway, they're good, but they're not going to go anywhere above the B tier. So, sorry to leave it as a boring last pick for you. Maybe some people were looking forward to me putting something in the worst case Ontario category, but twas not today. I'm sure I will find another thing that I'm going to put on in tier list form, and maybe that one will have an F tier. This one, it's tough for me to have an F tier with chips. It's like, even the ones I don't really like aren't gonna be F tier, you know what I mean? Like, they're not gonna, like, F tier is like, this is awful, you know? And none of the ones I had today were awful in any way. The ranch and the all dressed definitely stand out. They were amazing. I don't regret putting them up there. If you're looking for a spicy ranch flavor, damn, Sam's Ranch Ranch, really good. I've seen chips like that, so that stands out to me. All dressed is a flavor that it's hard to mess up, I feel like, because every company that I've had an all dressed chip for is usually really good. And this one's no exception. It's, you know, it gets to the S tier because it's just that good. I can honestly recommend them. They taste like any other all dressed chip though, like, don't get me wrong. it's honestly it's like the same flavoring as every other brand that does all dressed. The one that does a different all dressed that comes to mind is Ruffles. Theirs is good though, like they're definitively different. But every other company that does an all dressed chip, I swear it tastes the same way. I don't even know how to describe an all dressed flavor actually. Never mind. I'm not even gonna try. Somebody needs to tell me the ingredients to all dressed in the comments. Move on to the Sunnyvale Ranch and the fries and ketchup chips. Those are chips I would definitely return to. Like I said, great chips, but they don't quite hit the S tier category. And then the B tier, we got the dill pickle on there, which like I said is good, but it has like a muted flavor. The jalapeno chips are decent. I'm just not a big jalapeno person. If this is jalapeno person, that will probably go higher on the list for you. And the barbecue sticks were decent as well. If you're ever feeling like you want to have some hickory sticks, then that actually does a really good job of being a good alternative. On the C tier, it's basically the Dirty Burger chips and the other two sticks flavors. And the other two sticks flavors, which is the cheese and dill, and then the gravy ones. Nothing there is blowing any minds. They're just kind of basic. The Dirty Burger does a good job of replicating a burger flavor in a sense, but doesn't really do anything past that, and it doesn't really seem to be a flavor that I'm going to want to go back to at any time. And the other two, the gravy ones weren't. It's kind of the same thing. It's like a cool flavor in a way, but I'm not going to go back to that. And then the other one, I like the idea of cheese and dill, but they didn't have enough flavoring in there or something for me, at least that bag I had, and I didn't really care for them. They were just kind of basic. They had a muted flavor and they didn't go far. Maybe it's the same thing because the dill flavor is super basic that they have on the regular dill chips. It's even more basic on this one because it's muted with the cheese flavor added in as well. That's gotta be it. The D tier, we have just the plain chips and the chicken chips, you know, they're very basic, you know what I mean? Obviously plain is the most plain thing possible. It's called plain. I don't even know why I said that. Cut that out. Obviously plain isn't gonna go anywhere too crazy for me ever. Like when it comes to chip flavors, I'm never gonna rank plain chips high in any sense. I think if I ever do a chip tier list, you can imagine, it'll probably be D tier again if it's a chip flavor, but the chicken ones were at least a little better than the wavy plain. I guess it had some sort of action happening to it, but it still wasn't good. It was just kind of like, okay, you know, chicken, I guess. And Dirty Burger is something I'd go for even more than the chicken ones. So I'm pretty happy with the way this tier list turned out. Hopefully this isn't too much of a recording. I now have a lot of chips to eat because I don't like the idea of wasting food. Well, that's where we're going to end this video. I have a lot of chips to eat now. My jaw's going to be sore and I'm probably going to chip a few teeth, but you know, it'll be a good time. At least I have some fun chip flavors to eat. So yeah, pray for me. Look, if you like Trailer Park Boys content, this isn't the place for you. Not gonna lie, I don't have any other Trailer Park Boys content planned in the future or anytime soon, but I do like chips, so I might do another tier list with chips in the future. You never know. Lots of other content on my channel as well. If you enjoyed the video, please feel free to check me out. I'm Art Drifter. Just go follow me wherever you can. I'm all over the place, and I plan on doing more YouTube content in the future, so feel free to subscribe to me here and like the video if you like the tier list format. That's how I know that it's doing good, so I'll make another tier list video in the future if this one does well. But feel free to go check out my other content, you know, covers, I've got gameplay, and I appreciate any and all support while I try and get my channel off the ground here. But without further ado, that's going to be it for me. So, catch you on the flip side. Later.